Everybody, this is Jamie, and I'm 1 year, 10 months on T, and this is just a quick life update about my transition, about what's going on with me. The last time I made a video, I'm pretty sure I was talking about my family up here in Washington and me just moving out here and how that was going. Uh, just to update you about that, so my whole dad side of the family is up here. They haven't seen me since probably like 2 years before I even decided to transition. And most of them just remember me from high school, so it's like a really big thing for them to see me now. I'm living with my grandmother, who's taken everything like very, very well. It's really not a big deal at all to her. Um, she's just glad that I'm here, helping her out, being a good grandson, etc. The rest of my family, for the most part, is cool. I got some aunts and uncles that have been, curious, but not like offensive, not like non-supportive. They're supportive. They're just like a little bit unsure about what's going on. And then I have another part of my family that seems, they're more conservative. Uh, they think they're making a bigger deal out of it than it is. They think that it's going to cause tension in the family. They don't use proper pronouns. Um, they also live a little farther away, so it hasn't been a big deal to avoid all those issues. I've reached out to them. They haven't reached back. Um, that's their loss. So that's kind of what happened with all that. I'm in contact with the family that's supportive and wants to be a part of my life. The other part, not so much. But I don't think this really transition specific. Lots of people have things that happen in their life that causes their family to act this way. So I'm just kind of seeing it as that and not taking it personally because, I got a lot of things to do in my life. I don't need to be worried about that. So, um, also transition related. Um, my hormones have been out of whack for a while. I could feel it if you've ever like been on any type of pill or hormone treatment or just anything that affects your hormones that you've been through menopause or PMS. Like it's pretty much the same thing. When your hormones are out of whack, and mine have been for the last few months. That combined with any type of depression, which for me has been job related. I knew the job market was bad, but I didn't quite know how bad it was and how niche my career field was. So it's really been affecting me. And so when Obamacare kicked in, I had access to medical care, but then my insurance company screwed me around a little bit, so I have yet to even go to a doctor. And now it looks like it's not going to happen for a while. Um, I started a security job about 3 to 4 weeks ago, and I've been working graveyard shifts, which is awful, but it's given me a lot of time to work on side projects. So, like anybody, I that's bored and needs something to do in their field, I decided to start an online publication. It's a peer-reviewed global affairs journal called Global Undertones. If you're interested, you can search www.globalundertones.com, and you'll find our publication and picture me and stuff on the about page. Uh, we have a blog that we run. That just started. Everything just started. I just hired 10 interns to write for the blog. So I've been keeping myself busy. Apparently, I really really hate being bored and not being busy. So then I did all that, and then of course at the same time, finally a job comes through. So that's what I'm dealing with right now. I'm moving out of Washington, going back to California, and then shipping off to DC all within 2 weeks from now. So I'll be moving to Washington D.C. and working on a project having to do with international finance. And so things are changing for me really quickly, and it's really really exciting. Uh, let's see. As far as anything else transition related, I haven't been working out nearly as much the last few weeks just because I'm getting used to this graveyard shift and my sleep schedule is like way, way off. But I have noticed probably in the last like 3 months, my muscle mass and how my body responds to working out is much different in a good way. Um, Other than that, like at this point, like changes are so slow. Obviously, my voice isn't dropping anymore. It is leveling out a bit, I think. Maybe the voice thing will just be something that I never get used to. As far as like when my voice breaks and how deep it can get and how high it can't get, and how I'll have to come to terms with never being able to sing to my favorite Third Eye Blind songs again. I don't know. But right now, the big changes are the muscle development, and then, of course, any kind of like hair. My arms actually finally look like I'm not like a hairless cat anymore. That's cool. I'm also, have my Asian genes, so it's not too off-putting. Although most people just think I'm Mexican or Hispanic. Um, Facial hair very slow. I just shaved and cleaned all this up because just got a haircut, just in anticipation for moving and getting a job and starting that. But it does fill out more up here than it used to. It's a little bit darker. I think it's probably going to be about 5 years until I get sideburns. So what I usually do is I take a blade and I trim everything that grows here at like a zero, and then when I taper it also starting at a zero, and so then it looks like maybe I had sideburns. I just like to, and that I just like to be clean shaven. So that makes me feel a little bit better. Right now they're just shaved. So yeah, so that's my updates. Let's see if there's anything else I forgot. Um, no, I think that's about it. So I'll be in the DC area in a couple weeks. That's exciting. I know one person in DC. So if you know any resources for trans related stuff, because I am running out of needles and tea and things like that. Or if you're in the area and you want to hang out or something, just leave me a message. So yeah, that's my update for now. If there's something that I've talked about in the last 6 months that I just never followed up on, and you're curious what the hell happened to that, let me know. So, thanks for watching. Maybe I'll do a more substantive update at a later point. So, thanks, guys.